So you're probably going to be seeing this a few days after the fact because this will probably be uploaded on the weekend. What I'm going to be talking to you today about is the Thursday question period. This is in regards to a video that I did last week. That video was on incompetence or corruption. It involved the slaughter of deer on Sidney Island, where the Canadian government is paying millions of dollars to have American and New Zealand sharpshooters shoot from helicopters to destroy these deer. It's highly ineffective and it's dangerous, and Canadian hunters would have done the job with legal means for free. That matter was brought up in question period today, and Steven Guilbeault, he had no clue what was going on.
The honourable member from Prince George, Peace River, Northern Rockies.
The NDP Liberal government is once again hiring foreign mercenaries to shoot deer on a BC island. The cost? It will cost taxpayers over $12 million to cull less than 900 invasive deer. This while local hunters had previously removed over 2,000 of the invasive fallow deer for free. Why is the minister wasting $12 million on a deer hunt Canadian hunters said they'd do for free?
The Honourable Minister of the Environment and Climate Change.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have no knowledge of this issue. We will look into it and get back to the member as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Honourable member from Prince George, Peace River, Northern Rockies.
Mr. Speaker, we have Canadian hunters that say they would even pay to hunt these deer, yet the NDP Liberals have found a way to make it cost millions. Wow. From Scott Carpenter. It's a real slap in the face to Canadian hunters, and there's millions of us in this country who would have been more than happy to spend our own money to go in there and harvest some of the meat ourselves. To invite foreigners into the country because they felt we were incapable of doing it ourselves is insulting, to say the least. What does this NDP Liberal government have against Canadian hunters?
The Honourable Minister of the Environment and Climate Change.
As I said, Mr. Speaker, we will look into it and get back to the member as fast as possible. Thank you.
Honourable member from Red Deer-Lacombe.
Well, it just goes to show, Mr. Speaker, if it's not climate change, they don't know anything about it. In 2015, the Prime Minister told Canadians that you don't need an AR-15 to bring down a deer. Yet he's hired foreign mercenaries with semi-automatic rifles and large capacity magazines to do just that. These NDP Liberals are spending $12 million to cull a few hundred deer on Sidney Island. The waste is typical. The hypocrisy is palpable. Why does this Prime Minister continue to demonize hunters while finding the most expensive way to do something that local hunters would have done for free?
The Honourable Minister for the Environment and Climate Change.
Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I repeated my answer to the question twice, so now I'll reply in French. I'll get back to the member as quickly as possible. Thank you.
He responded 3 times that he would look into it. Although I don't respect him because of all of his policies, I do have to respect the fact that he said he would look into it and get back to the member of parliament because he didn't know about it. But I don't respect the fact that he didn't know about it. This is under his portfolio, and it's a big deal. It's been a big deal for British Columbians for quite a while because it's not only happened on Sidney Island, it's happened in the Queen Charlotte's as well earlier, I believe last year, possibly even the year before. So what's going on? Why are they not even aware of what's happening in their portfolios? And why is this program being allowed to continue? But now, if we believe Steven Guilbeault, ministers didn't even know about it. Would they have put a stop to it? Will they put a stop to it now that they know about it? That's something that we'll have to stay tuned for. It's clear that the Liberals have lost control. They have their programs that they want to focus on, and nothing else matters to them. This is significant. It's a huge waste of money in a time that all Canadians are feeling the affordability crisis, the housing crisis. They're barely scraping by, and they're throwing millions of dollars away on something that would be illegal for Canadians to do. These American and New Zealand sharpshooters are using prohibited firearms with standard capacity magazines. We're not allowed to have standard capacity magazines in Canada. Our magazines for semi-automatic rifles are limited to 5 rounds and are also using suppressors. A lot of people refer to those as silencers, and that is a patented name. But silencers are illegal in Canada. And then they're shooting from helicopters. Shooting from an aircraft, any aircraft, is illegal. And it's not very efficient. And that shows up in the numbers as well. Land-based Canadian hunters who are hunting legally without any of these prohibited means of hunting were far more effective than these sharpshooters that they brought in. And they would have done it for free. So again, why did they do it? I can only think that it must be corruption or incompetence, or probably a great deal of both. But that's just my opinion. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Put it in the comments below. And while you're down there, please like this video, share with your friends and on social media. And if you haven't, subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in the next video.